Y'all think you know country music? Chances are you don't know about this. Part 114. Now, since Christmas is right around the corner, I thought this was the perfect time to talk about one of the most talented performers of our time. This man right here, Jim Varney. Because let me tell you, he did a whole lot more than just go to camp and save Christmas. There's a ton of stuff I want to make y'all aware of about this man, Jim Varney. Especially his ties to country music and what a good singer and songwriter that he actually was. Nobody really knows. We all know his huge success story of his Ernest P. Worrell character. After all, that's how we know his name, Jim Varney. So we're not going to dive too deep into that for this video. Now, Jim was real close with Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. And in 1976, Johnny Cash started a new TV series called Johnny Cash and Friends. This was not the Johnny Cash show that ran from 69 to 71. This was a variety type show where they did little sketches. And while there's not really any solid information on how many episodes that they filmed of it or when they aired or nothing, because I think they just aired sporadically, there is believed to be about 4 episodes that was filmed. And Jim Varney was a recurring character on this show.
Richard Burton always wanted to sing like Hank Williams.
When you're sad and lonely and have no place to go, come and see me, honey, and bring along some dough. We'll go honky-tonking, honky-tonking.
This is an impersonation of Waylon that he did on that show, or actually as a spoof of Waylon, a man named Waycross George.
Gentlemen, our final award, the winner of the Country Music Bicentennial Trophy for the Best Male Singer, and the winner is Waycross George. Waycross George, we're glad you're here tonight. Here's your gold trophy. And would you like to say something out there to the folks that voted for you? Go right ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't dig these awards, you know. They're just a popularity ripoff and don't have nothing to do with real music. I don't sing my songs for awards or money. I only showed up tonight so my fans could see a legend in person. I'm just simple and down to earth. I mean, all I really need is a bedroll and a guitar and a place to lie down under some trees. I just bought me a little piece of land out in Arizona, starting a commune. It's called Phoenix. I'm flying the trees in from Italy. All I want's a little log cabin and a yard big enough for my pets. 4,000 head of white-faced cattle. And I don't want no flunkies bothering me. When I'm picking my guitar, ain't nobody comes around my shack for weeks at the time. Except for maybe the cat that cleans my swimming pool or the turkey that takes care of my central air conditioner or the projectionist for my home movie theater. Nope, I'm my own man. I'll hang this from the rearview mirror of my Rolls-Royce pickup truck and head across country to that wide open space where I can sing to nothing but the stars. I'm talking about the Hollywood Bowl. You can get my concert tickets in the lobby. Good night, turkeys.
And in 1977, he appeared on the talk show parody Fernwood Tonight as Virgil Sims, the local mechanic that had an answer for everything. And this is the first time we'd hear him sing.
Redneck heaven is you in my back seat with my RC, my CB and moon pie. I don't smoke no dope, I prefer RC to Coke, so like my whiskey and my dog and my mom.
Pretty good voice.
Personal favorite was always, if I'd have known that you'd wanted to have went with me, I'd have seen that you'd have got to get to go.
Can you sing any of it?
I'd love to, Bart. I don't know where you are at times. I don't know where you go. If I'd have known that you'd have wanted to have went with me, I'd have seen that you'd have got to get to go.
I would venture to guess that none of y'all have probably heard him sing that way. Probably the only thing you heard him sing on was his version of Hot Rod Lincoln when they did the Beverly Hillbillies movie in the 90s, if you've even heard that. Well, he also co-hosted some episodes of Pop Goes to the Country with Tom T. Hall in 1982.
Well, I caught a 7-foot fish this year, but they wouldn't put it on the cue cards. I just mentioned it anyway.
Well, you could go with me if you'd like. You know, I can show you how it has been rumored I could catch fish in a cornfield, okay?
You can catch fish in a cornfield.
Would I lie to you?
I tell you what I'll do. I'll clean all the fish you catch in a cornfield.
Tom, it's only fair to warn you that they won't even let me fish in a wooden boat, okay?
Why not?
Because the fish will eat the bottom off the boat just to get to my hooks. Okay?
He was in Hank Jr.'s music video for All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight. One of his best friends in the world was country music legend Vern Gosdin. They even wrote some songs together. A couple of them was Till I Get Over You and Wings of Faith. And no, the neighbor character's name Vern on the Ernest stuff was not named after Vern Gosdin. That was just kind of a coincidence. He also was a musician. He played the mountain dulcimer. In fact, he played it on the short-lived Chevy Chase show. He co-hosted a HBO special of New Year's Eve Countdown with Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson, which was hilarious.
It's going to be one hell of a time.
It's going to be a big one. And because New Year's Eve doesn't just happen in the South, although I was 10 years old before I knew that, we'll be going live to Times Square, New York City for the ball drop.
John, does that mean that New York's voice is going to change?
All right. Listen closely. It's just about 20 minutes until New Year's Eve on the East Coast. Now, us folks in Houston are going to celebrate the New Year's twice. Once for Houston, the center of the universe, and once for the rest of the country. Now, if you're watching on the West Coast, we're on a 3-hour time delay, Vern. So there'll be a tape delay, and we're live everywhere else. Are you with me so far? Comprendo? So when it's midnight in New York, it will be midnight in L.A., except it will really be 3 a.m. in New York. Now, Chicago and Houston are on the same time zone, so when it's really midnight in L.A., it will seem to be 11 p.m. in Houston, but actually it'll be 2 a.m. in Chicago. Now, if you're videotaping this, it could be July, and that don't matter. Now, you following this? How about you, Chris? You want me to repeat this for you?
Ernest, that's the most confusing damn story I ever heard in my life.
This is just the tip of the iceberg on this man that hardly not enough people talk about. He was a trained Shakespearean actor. He was much more than just a doofus that wore a hat and a blue denim vest and fell off a ladder and electrocuted himself and stuff. I mean, I love that stuff. I grew up on it. But the man was much more than that. We're going to dive more into Jim in the coming videos. Now let me know in the comments if you ever got to meet Jim or what your favorite movie of his is. I thank y'all, and I'll see you next time.